Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today, I'm so excited to have on for the second time today, a 33-year-old from Scottsdale, Arizona, a staple of the Phoenix PF Chang's hockey program. He is a fellow Western Michigan Bronco, where in 4 seasons, this fella never let in a goal. Also laced up in the HL. Never let up a goal with the Grand Rapids Griffins. Research team has never seen that he's ever let in a goal. But he is best known for being a bigwig NHL superstar agent for O2K Sports Management and has played pond hockey at the U Club in Kalamazoo. Welcome back to the shed for the second round, Matt Federico.
Thank you. Do I act like we didn't just do this, or do we just go with it?
Well, we don't know what's happening anymore. We don't know if the IT team's going to fix this tomorrow or not. We don't even know if this one's going to save, right?
Yeah, we're going to do our best.
You know what? That's what Broncos do, though. We just make the best of the situation. We do the best we can, right?
That's what they taught us.
So basically, folks, what happened here is we just laid down a solid 2 hours of, he zigged, I zagged. And apparently laptops can get heavy. They get full of information.
It's gone.
We think so. Unless the IT team can save it tomorrow, right?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Oh, makes my head hurt. I'm sorry. It makes my heart hurt for you too, because geez, we just got to know each other. I feel like you're my brother now, and nobody even knows why. Cabinet maker, Bayfield Brewing Company. Do you know what I mean?
Looking good. What kind is that?
Cabinet maker?
Yeah.
Well, a cabinet maker is our Canadian Pale Ale is a balanced, flavorful ale made with Canadian grown ingredients. Our pride rests in this well-rounded ale, which is sure to please even the most discerning of beer connoisseurs.
There we go. That sounds like it's right up my alley.
There you are, the cabinet maker, Bayfield Brewing Company. But I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry because we basically discussed that you're a big-time NHL agent now. And we lost all the info, your whole hockey career, everything.
That's all right. We can do take 2. We'll lay it down again. Whatever you need, Wally.
Well, sometimes when you're hanging out at the U Club, it just doesn't work out right,
Exactly.
You went in there with the best of intentions and it just didn't work out, right?
It didn't go up the other day. No. Yeah.
You woke up the next morning and you're like,
that was the problem. Yeah.
The recording never saved. So I'm gonna have to get with the IT team tomorrow and figure out a solution to this problem. I didn't realize that such a small, sleek looking computer could actually get full.
It's filled up. Yeah. We can figure it out. We're fingers crossed here that hopefully we can get this.
Do you think we could find
the rails?
Do you imagine if we find the whole recording tomorrow and the IT team finds it and we can send both of these together?
We can probably scrap this. We can scrap this one.
You think so?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We're only just getting started.
Well, okay. We're going to get right back into this. So how we know each other is you reached out on Twitter because of the Ethan Frank episode right. 98.5 Shed Guy up for the Hobie Baker.
No big deal.
Well,
he's rolling right now.
I mean, and he's a roller hockey enthusiast too. Yeah. And you played for that coach too, Ferschweiler. He seems like a guy. I've never seen a tweet from a guy on a team that I forget who it was. It wasn't Frank. It was someone else. He just wrote, "I am very thankful Ferschweiler is my coach." And I was like, wow.
Yeah. He's awesome. No, he's a great dude. I played for him my senior year and got to coach the 1 year I came back and was, goalie coach, volunteer assistant. And he was there then and got to stay in touch with him and know him over the years. And it's no surprise that they're having success. Like he's legit.
And he was there with Blashill, and he was Blashill's guy.
He was Blashill's guy. So he started a midget program in Kansas City called Russell Stover. The candy company sponsored them, so they were called Russell Stover. And he basically took that from kind of the ground up, and they became a really prominent kind of national powerhouse midget program. And he did he recruited a lot of Minnesota players and guys from non-traditional areas to come there and play. But then Blash knew him from recruiting his players when Blash was at Miami. So whatever, long story short, Blash brought him up to Western to be assistant. And then, he stayed with Blash through to Detroit with the Red Wings and everything.
Yeah, no. And what he's done with that program this season is something else. Like
it's been fun to watch. Yeah, no, they've been good.
Well, the players seem to just love playing there and love everything about it, eh?
Well, he's very much a player's coach. Like he played for a long time, right? And he was coming from the National Hockey League. Like I think you get a different perspective on just how, I don't want to say how to treat players, but how just the relationship with players and treating them like adults, and they can make their own decisions and still come and get their job done. Like you don't have to keep them under your thumb all the time, and they're going to come here and get their work done, and that's what they're doing. So I think he does a good job just empowering the players to do what they need to do.
It's the same on any team, I think, in any age group. I actually, at the start of the season, my under 11 team, I told the kids, I'm like, I want you guys to run your own warm up. Like you guys do it. You guys decide how ready for the game you're going to be. And I'm like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see what you guys are doing. And if I don't think you're actually getting ready for the game, and if you're not, then I'll run it if you want me to. But I guess things have gotten off the rails since then, though. That was early season. They are 9 and 10.
Yeah, a little different.
I just kind of let them have at it now.
The experience next year when they're 10, 11,
we're not quite there yet. It's like when you start a drill and you're like, they're not ready yet. Not this one. Do you find that this conversation is interesting, that it's so different from the last one?
That's why we'll do another couple hours. It'll just be a completely different couple hours.
Isn't it bizarre though that I didn't know you at the start of this and we were just feeling each other out. Now we're right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Broncos can get in the pocket, folks. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I guess that other episode is gone, and we don't know if this one will save, but we got to shout out Reed Yancey that you sent me a photo of a Reed Yancey jersey at Kalamazoo, Michigan
at the game
just a couple weeks ago.
In the year 2022. Someone was rocking the number 3 Reed Yancey jersey at the North Dakota Western game a couple weeks ago. So I saw it and I was like, I have to get a shot of that. So
that you sent me,
it was
that
a little
photo?
creepy. It was in the line for the bathroom, so that's a little creepy, but it was otherwise
it's not that creepy taking photos of guys taking a leak at the bathroom. It's fine.
To be fair,
if they're wearing a Yancey jersey, it's cool. He didn't have it out yet. It was fine.
Yeah, we were good.
But yeah, that is, I guess, also how we know each other, and we're doing this all again, but we're trying to keep it short now because we already did 2 hours, folks. We already banged back a bunch of Bayfield brews, or I did. But anyways, we got to get stuff out for you. And his wife has been kind enough, and my wife, to not complain too much that we're doing round 2 on the same night.
Very supportive.
Yes. Thank you for supporting the shed.
Yeah.
And too bad that your young guy there that was on the last episode.
I know. Charlie got the special guest appearance, and
Charlie was on the pod. He was in the shed. And, I hope the IT team finds it tomorrow, but we'll have to get with
outlook not so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an IT guy, you know.
No, me neither.
That's why we got a team for that. But you did play pond hockey at the U Club.
We did. We did. That was a non-travel weekend. So we had a good group of guys that didn't get to play a whole lot. And then the weekends when the team was out of town, I think it was my senior year. And U Club Pond, for those that don't know, was a disgusting cesspool outside of the apartments that we all lived in. And fortunately, though, it froze over for us, and we had a good pond hockey game out there. So yeah, it was good for sure.
Isn't it interesting how we're talking about the same things but not saying the same things? Yeah, we talked about beer darts, we talked about all of that, but you know what, folks, it's late now, and we've been doing this for a long time, but we're back at it for you folks because we want to get it out there for you. It's my fault. Should have been, proactive instead of reactive, right? I shouldn't have waited until the computer got full, right?
That's okay. It happens.
Did my best.
Yeah.
So, you are an NHL agent now.
Yes. Yep. That's right. So, O2K Sports is the company. So, been with these guys going on 10 years now. So, yeah. It's
pretending like I don't even know that,
know.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But thank you for jumping back on and pretending like we haven't had this conversation, because I think it's hilarious that we're doing this. And, now we're getting it out there. You know what? This is the realest podcast ever, folks. I don't edit things. I could have not told anything about this and left it in the bank and then just not sent it. But you know what? I told you Matt Federico was coming tonight, and by gosh, he's coming tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. So you got some Broncos though that are part of your organization, right?
Yep, we do. So we represent Jordan Osterley, who plays with the Red Wings, and Matt Tennyson is with the Predators, and Luke Witkowski, who plays with Detroit.
And those guys have been in the NHL for a while, eh?
They've been in for a while. Yeah, all three of them have, I'd say Witter and Tenney are probably on their 9th or 10th season playing pro, and Jordan's just behind those guys. I think he was maybe 2 years after signing.
And they've been doing pretty well, eh?
They've been doing great. No, they've been, awesome careers for all of them.
Well, that's why the Broncos win, right? It's like, it takes special people to win shit, I find. And I think obviously the Broncos recruited some high-end guys, and then you bring in a coach that's a special guy. Obviously he's coaching the NHL right away. Like, you bring in special people and you bring in winners, right? Like it's going to work out. And it's not even them. There's more. There's so many Broncos that are doing well now.
Yeah, no, it's been great to see the program. It's like, and it's so funny because, they swept North Dakota when I was there a couple of weeks ago, and you see the coaches afterwards. And it's like, I feel like when you and I were there, can you imagine what it would have been like if we swept North Dakota? It would have been like, we can cancel the rest of the year. Like, we're good. We did it.
We did it.
We're
all good.
They're excited. Don't get me wrong, but there's an expectation there that was not what it was like when we played there, and so that's been cool to see that.
I remember playing other schools and feeling, I guess, like it would be a big win if we could beat them.
Yeah, for sure. You play Michigan or Notre Dame or something, and you kind of always felt like you'd be lucky to win. You're trying to come away.
Well, and any league you're in, it doesn't matter if you're in under 11, if you're in under 7, as soon as you start having those mental thoughts, then that's where you're at. That is who you are. That is what you're going to be. And it don't change.
Yeah.
If my little guys don't think they can beat the other team, they ain't going to beat them.
You're in trouble. And I do, speaking of Michigan, because we played, it must have been like my sophomore, junior year, and we beat them in Yost. But it was like 2-1. We got outshot like 50-12 and snuck out a win because Riley Gill stood on his head. And you're coming back to Lawson the next night. on Saturday night, and it was like 4-0 in the first 3 minutes. And I think it was Kolarek and Kevin Porter who won the Hobie that year. They both had hat tricks in the game. So they ended up putting 6 or 7 up on us. It was like, whoop, well, we got the one. I guess that's good.
I remember going to Michigan for a couple games, and we'd make it such a big deal to go to Michigan, and like you'd go there and do different things than you do against other teams. And then you'd get there and they're just normal college kids like us, they're just wearing a different jersey. But then you'd hear that fucking song over and over and you'd lose. And then you'd leave and you're like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Quite the time.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it's a fun place to play those games. Like no doubt. You can't.
But I love that the Broncos are different now. They're different.
It's way different. They expect to beat those teams. I mean,
when I talked to Ethan Frank, man, his mentality, like he was like, yeah, well, like we're doing good now, but like that's one weekend. We got to keep going. Like he had the right mentality that he wasn't comfortable with what he had done at that point in the season. I talked to him a couple months ago, and he was just locked in. You could just tell he's a gamer.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. And that's how the team is, I think, wired. That's how Fersch is wired. Like, he's an awesome dude. And I think you get him, away from the rink, and you can have some good laughs with them, but they're all business at the rink. They take care of what they need to, and hopefully it has a good finish to the season for them. They got a good chance to go far.
Oh, no doubt. My wife's just curious what's going on here too, because I've been in the shed now for it's gotta be.
Are you ever coming back? Like, this is the best interview ever, honey. I can't let this one go.
I got to be out here now for 3.5 hours, and we're still on episode 1, I guess. But hey, that's you got hockey guys got to be able to adapt to the situation, right?
Yep.
You don't know if he's going to turn left or right, but you got to be ready to be there.
Yep.
Don't know if the computer's full or not.
It's okay.
But no, like the way you guys turned that program around, and you were a part of that, right? Like it's not a hockey team, in my opinion, after all the years I played, is like, you need the right mentality with everybody on the team, whether it's the walk-on goalie, the full ride, first line, whatever. Like, everybody has to be there for each other and not about themselves, or else it doesn't work.
For sure. And that was like that year, because the whatever would have been 2010 season, like we were talking about before, was kind of a weird lame duck year with our coach being fired halfway through the year, but he finished the season. And then the following year, which would have been my senior year, Jeff Blashill came in, Pat Ferschweiler came in, Rob Facca came in, and just completely changed the mentality of the program. And it really raised that bar of, what we feel like the program could be. You're right. And I think it took a lot of buy-in from all of us, but they showed us that the difference between winning and losing is really small. Right. And I think we looked around and said, hey, there's good hockey players here, and we can win here. Like, we shouldn't be
where we are.
We shouldn't be just happy to, be here and
to
have
compete
fun off the
and
ice
have fun. Yeah.
And exactly. And be college athletes. And that's cool. And who cares if we win? Like, that's not good enough anymore. Right. And they showed us that we can do it. Right. And
I really think that Western Michigan had everything you ever needed to be a high end college hockey experience. Like, man, it was everything I ever wanted. We just didn't win.
There's a reason I kept coming back without playing. So there's a lot of good things to like about Western, no doubt.
Well, I know we already did this for like 2 hours, and we already did the deep dive, but we told people we were doing this, and we were doing this.
Gotta give the people what they want.
I mean, we tried. We did our best, folks. Computer got full. Oh God. But like, I Yeah, I don't even like, there's so many notes and so much shit we went over that I'm like, I don't even know where to start when it's like 11:30 at
Yeah,
night
yeah,
and we've
yeah.
already been out in the
We
shed
can do
for
the deep dive again. We can do the
we
deep dive.
we got to do the deep dive again,
This
but
can be
like,
a quick. This will be a quick hitter. Let
yeah,
everyone know it wasn't a psych on the Instagram that I was coming.
exactly. We actually met each other. We got to know each other. We
Mhm.
fell right in the pocket, you know. It's
Yep,
no big deal. Um,
yep,
but so how did you get into being an agent then? Let's give that rundown quick.
yeah, yeah. So I was graduating college, and I knew I wasn't going to play beyond college. And being an agent was something that, kind of later in my college years, I guess, kind of came on my radar as something that might be interested in. And so sat down with Blashill and Ferschweiler and let them know that that was something that I had an interest in. And they were, well, they were able to introduce me to Matt Oates, who's one of the partners in our group at O2K. And he was based in Chicago, which is only a couple hours from Western. And so I was able to start as an intern with Oatsy. So I spent, that I guess it was 2011-12 season as an intern, and just kind of shadowed him and in the office every day and learning kind of the ins and outs of the business, and doing some projects for him, trying to help and add value any way I could. And ultimately was able to turn that into a full-time job. So there's
Oh, man, like,
just kept
and
showing
it's,
up.
well, you kept showing up and you turned it into a full-time job. And like, I know what that feels like. I mean, you like, you you can work for free for a long time. And it's like, if it's your passion, if it's what you want to do, you'll just keep striving for it until you
Yeah,
get there, right?
yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I mean, it was something that, you're right. It's hard in the sports industry where there's always going to be a level of people that are going to work for free, right? And you almost have to do it to break into this industry. And it's too bad that that's the way it is, but it is the world that we live in. And so, so you do that, and you work as hard as you can. And like I said, try to add value as much as you can, and hopefully, hopefully it works out. And I'm fortunate that it did. It's a great group, and I'm happy to be where I'm at,
I know you've worked hard for what you've got. And I mean, I wish everybody could hear, and I know we've already said this, but it is what it is. We did our
We can go
best tonight, folks.
don't worry.
Oh shit. We talked about all of it, man. So yeah, I think we should just shut her down. I think
That's
that's
good.
enough,
No worries. Yeah,
like,
that's the Cliff Notes version.
Jeepers, like, you guys did win it though, or not? You ain't made it to
We
the
went to the
tournament.
we went to the NCAA tournament. So we lost in the finals, in the CCHA finals. But that was the first team that had gone at Western to the tournament in the 20 something years. First time they gone to the Joe and forever. So it was cool, and it was really cool, And so it was special. And then they got the banner in the rink now for us. So I remember had us over to his place for dinner, like after the season ended, kind of like he had the seniors over. And because he played at Western in the mid 90s, early 90s, when they were really good too. And he kind of told us, like, boys, like, you might not realize it now, but like, it's a big deal at this program, like what you guys did, and having a banner up there. And you're going to realize when you come back, having that up there is going to be a cool thing. And 10 years later, 11 years later, whatever it is, he's
Well, you
right.
guys
That's
changed
cool.
like the whole thing, right? Like, when you guys changed the whole thing of what the atmosphere was, of like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
talked to Railer and I've talked to other
yeah,
guys, like, they want to go back, they want to be back, and they celebrate wins. And like, that's
yeah.
what I'm about in the shed. I celebrate wins. And like, at Western Michigan, there just weren't many of them
Yeah, no
when
doubt.
I
We
was there.
celebrated the ones we had very well,
We were very good at that.
but no, it changed the culture of the program big time. Blashill was obviously a great hire, and then Andy Murray did a good job, really good job over the last however long, keeping that part of it going, where, like I said, that expectation that is to win here, right? It's not to come here and have fun and just be a part of it. Like you got to win, and that's a big change, I think, in the last 10 years or whatever. It's been.
When I think that was before even Culhane, right? That was Western Michigan like the whole time. Like there's never been a time where like we were expected to win. We were never perennial up for, like what they've built and like, what it's become is great.
I think I told you before, like how I got recruited there. I had done a lot of research on college teams. And when I found out Western was looking for a goalie, I had no clue what Western Michigan or Kalamazoo was at all. And obviously, once I got to the campus and I met it, like I fell in love with it, and it's been awesome. But at that time, it was like just not even on the radar, right?
Well, for myself in Ontario, I knew what Michigan State was, because I'd seen them like wherever on TV, maybe. But other than that, I didn't know anything about like NCAA or West anything. I didn't know anything about Western Michigan until I did.
Yep. I'm glad you
Chris
did.
Brooks. Yeah, Chris Brooks.
Shout out to Brooksy.
Yeah, he was the one that found me, and he was found, and he's a former Shed guy. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what? Like we can't go all night. Our wives are going to be very upset. Yeah. We already did this for 2 hours, solid, folks, and we're not joking. We did her.
This will be
the full thing.
We'll get the full thing out there again. And
what do you think? Do you want me to send this tonight and then see if the IT team can find the full episode tomorrow? And we'll send this and then the full episodes tomorrow.
I'll leave that in the expert's hand. Whatever you need to do.
I think this is the only episode.
Okay.
I hope it saves.
Yeah, no doubt.
This has been a mess. And this has been another episode of 55 Ales and Hockey Tales with Feds and Wally.